Done.
Hi guys, my speech is about the best workout to be fit and healthy is boxing. What athletes are the fittest and healthiest? Boxers, because they're not one-dimensional. They're the most well-rounded athletes in all sports. And by exercising like a boxer, you can be well-rounded, fit, and healthy as well. Here are the 5 main training elements of boxers. They have cardio and stamina training, speed training, strength training, agility training, and nutrition training. If we train like boxers, we too will be fit and healthy. Now let's look at a more detailed look at each of these elements of boxing training. The first one is cardio. Boxers do what's called road work or jogging. We do that to get our heart pumping and train for stamina. Cardio exercise is defined as any exercise that raises your heart rate. I've been boxing about 10 years. I know many boxers, a couple of champions, a couple of contenders. In my experience, most fighters run between 3 and 6 miles a day. Speed training. For speed training, boxers do 2 types of training. They do interval training, which is when a person does an exercise or movement at full speed for a short period of time, takes a short rest, and then repeats. By doing this, they can actually increase their performance, get faster, and again build their speed. They also do what is called plyometrics. Plyometrics are exercises that involve repeated rapid contraction and release of their muscles. Some examples of resistance training would be a bench press. You're lying flat on a bench, you have a bar connected with resistance bands. What that does is you have to force it up very fast and it comes down very fast. So you have to rapidly move your muscles at that time. When you do this, you're working fast twitch fibers as opposed to slow twitch fiber. Speed training and interval training, one example would be sprints. When a athlete or any person runs, let's say 50 meters, then walks back slowly with like a 30-second break, and then repeats it. Strength training. Most boxers have to do strength training. A boxer has to be physically strong to withstand another fighter pushing him around in a ring. A boxer maintains his strength by doing calisthenic exercise. Calisthenics are any exercise where someone uses their own body weight to facilitate their lifting. Some examples of calisthenics would be push-ups, dips, chin-ups, anything where they're using their own body weight. Boxers of today are also known to do weightlifting, but it's different than bodybuilding. The weightlifting routine that a boxer would do would be using lightweight and high repetitions. Again, going towards that plyometric workout, but slightly different. An example of doing that would be a boxer using just a barbell with maybe 5 or 10 pounds on each side, and they do 20 or 30 repetitions at a time. This facilitates strength. It also works their metabolism. It raises their metabolism by making little tears in their muscles throughout the day and the night. Your body continues to burn calories. We'll go into that later, how it assists in their nutrition and their way of keeping weight. Boxers also have to have agility and flexibility. They have to be elusive and they have to be flexible in order to make people miss punches and not get hit, and also prevent injury. Every time you get hit, every time a fighter gets hit, there's a jolt, and if they're not flexible, their back can be injured. In the middle of a fight, that can be very dangerous. Some examples of agility and flexibility would be, let's say, yoga. Some fighters might do yoga, or just a 30-minute stretch, 30 to 60 minutes, fighters might stretch a day. For their elusiveness and their agility, many boxers work footwork drills. That's different movements and different exercise in order to facilitate their ability to move around in the ring. Nutrition is a big part of a boxer's concern. Fighters have to fight at a certain weight and they have to maintain weight. Your average adult male between 0 and 30 years old is anywhere between 12 and 15% body fat. Your average fighter walks around anywhere between 5 and 10% body fat. Now, a way a boxer achieves that is by watching their diet. A fighter's diet usually consists of about 40% protein, 38% carbohydrates, and 22% fats. Now most people might think that fat would make you fat, but it's not. They have to use good fat. And what happens is a fighter has to use carbohydrates and fats for the ability to use energy right at that time. It's fast energy. So before a workout, maybe 30 to 60 minutes before a workout, a fighter might pair his protein with a fat or his protein with a carbohydrate. They also have to watch when during the day they eat, because if they eat too late and then go to sleep, then your body isn't burning it the same way. It's just going to sit because your body goes into a parasympathetic use, and they have to rest and digest, and they won't burn it as much. Now we'll summarize the ways a boxer trains and how you want to train to stay fit and healthy too. There are 5 ways for boxers use in their training regimen. They're cardio and stamina training, speed drills, intervals and plyometrics, strength building by doing calisthenics and weightlifting, agility and flexibility by stretching, doing footwork drills, and finally by watching their nutrition strictly. By mimicking and training similar to a boxer, you too can be fit and healthy. Thank you.
Yay!
5 people in mind. Let me get you, and the gentleman take it. Go over 6? 6, man.